Yeah, good afternoon, all. Welcome to this meeting. We are continuing the fifth module. That is with respect to your system testing part. In the system testing, we have already seen we need to test a whole system, whole environment. We cannot leave any one particular part at all. So it is based on your requirement or specification based. Based on that, we'll be testing the entire product. Okay. So we'll just quickly move on to the next particular topic. With respect to your system testing itself, it is very important to establish an operational envelope. What is this operational envelope is all about? We need to take care about several parameters or the performance issues or the real time response, how it will be performed with respect to the system that we are going to test. That is, it may be based on your requests that you are making it per second, how many requests you will be getting it for your application to um, for your better for your usage of the application, followed by how many users will be coming and how will you accommodate all those particular users, what are all the transactions that will be made, and all those transactions need to be arranged or need to be taken care in a structured fashion, how you'll be doing that. That is size of the database, very important to know. So these are the very important factors or parameters we need to take care before for our performance uh, for our for the better performance of the system that we are designing for. So how to do it? Extensive stress testing is required to uh, achieve all these particular stuff. First one is verifying the parameters within the envelope. Envelope means what? Whatever the system boundary that you are making it, right? Within the boundary, whatever you are doing it, that is nothing but your envelope. So you are fixing your particular boundaries, so that becomes your envelope. Near the boundaries, what happens? Beyond the boundary, if you are going to take care, what happens? So these are all the some of the parameters you need to have it in your head. This is nothing but thinking beyond your system, how it behaves within the system. So beyond the system, if you are just taking care how it will be behaving. Say for example, I'll just give you a simple example. Okay, we have tried a lot of online applications with respect to your teaching learning process. So one was Zoom, which was very much very rigorously used by all of us at the beginning. Once they say it's a China based app, you need to remove that app, you need to replace it with some other particular app. We have rigorously we have just tried with all the different types of apps which will be giving us the same feature or same things whichever was available with respect to our Zoom. But unfortunately we couldn't find the similar app with respect to your Zoom, but to the extent with respect to, there may be network issues, because when we use this Cisco WebEx, which we are using it now, so for a small size of the class, say for example 25 to 30 students, if we can accommodate it, or maximum 50 students if we are accommodating means, then it may give you a better network or better performance. The issue may be with respect to the, it consumes a lot of bandwidth. If it consumes a lot of bandwidth means, then nobody will be interested. Some people will be getting in and going out of that particular meeting. Once again, they need to re-log in. So a lot of issues will be there. So when compared to your Zoom, this um, captures more packets per second, and it will be just the bandwidth will be consumed high. So based on that particular thing, if we want to analyze, if we want to say that this app is very good and this app is better or reliable one, then we need to take care about all the properties. All the properties should be thought with respect to the different different categories that we are making it, or parameters that we are functioning it. For example, with respect to your online class software that we are using, it should be reliable enough to all the particular students who are using it. Maybe with respect to, if network is a failure, then you cannot use this complete system itself. That is a major thing. So you need to get the network first. The second part is, if suppose in between some network fluctuation happens, that means your network will be coming on and off at that particular point of time, also you cannot use this particular application. Not only with respect to Cisco WebEx I'm talking about any of the application which runs online. If there is a fluctuation in the network, nobody can use it. So all those matters a lot. So you need to check with respect to all the features, and you need to give a proper guidelines with respect to the system that you are designing with. So with respect to that only, we can just say that yes, this system will be reliable enough in all the environments or with a specific environment. That may be nothing but your limitations of the project, and based on that you can just say that upgradation will always be available. Okay, so everybody are using geo networks, but nowadays geo network is also a problem because a lot of people are using the same particular network itself. So if the number of users becomes more, then there will be always a possibility of dropping of the packets over there. That means collision will happen. That is a major part that we are having it. And if you just exhaust your bandwidth, that is exhaust your data that you are having it, the limit is reached once, then also your strength becomes very much smaller. Instead of 2 mbps of data, if you are receiving not 2 mbps exactly, but near to 1 mbps, you may receive it with respect to your upload as well as with respect to your download. So if you think 1.8 mbps, if you are having it at your end, so if the data limit is reached, suddenly it drops back to your some kbps of data will be transmitted. So that's what it happens. So all these things you need to keep track of it, and this becomes your operational envelope. Based on this, you need to just check out what is the alternative thing that you are having is stress testing. So you need to test rigorously test with respect to all these particular parameters previously before leaving into the market. Otherwise there is some problem with respect to the system that you are tested, and it may not be working fine with respect to, and nobody will be trying to or able to use the software whichever you have designed it. Ultimately it will be a failure. Just to avoid it, you need to keep track of all these things. Best thing is go for stress testing. What you are doing here is often requires extensive simulation of the execution environment. I'll just simulate it. Say, for example, with respect to your network, whatever the concept that we have just taken care. There's online learning. So, with respect to this, I'll just try to simulate using any one of the simulator. Maybe NS2, maybe your any other particular simulator that you are having it. So, NS2 is there. One more thing. I forgot that name for your Red Hat Linux operating system. You have one more particular NCTUNS. That is also one of the simulation technique, and you have many more. Okay, so each one of it using that, what I'll do is I'll create a scenario where a remote place will be there, and you will be communicating with each other with respect to your um, what you can say, using the access point you are communicating it. That is with respect to your wireless technology you are communicating it. So with respect to that, what happens when we push the parameters like bandwidth, how much it is used, and what is the network type that you are using. Based on that, what is the network strength that we are using, how many number of peoples at a time can be accommodated using that network. Each and everything need to be taken care over there. With respect to that, I'll just try to test it for 1,000 users, 100 users, 2,000 users. I'll try to get a report of it. Depending on the report, I'll just submit it to the end user, saying that see, if you use this type of network, then you'll be just getting this so many type of problems are there. But still, for 100 users, no problem, you can use it. Or for 200 users, yes, you can use it, but not more than 1,000 users. That's what it will be just giving you the analysis of it. Okay, so often requires more resources than typical test cases. So you require more human and machine interaction rather than the test case design. So here test case design is not important with respect to your stress testing. How many important or how many nodes that you want to have it, how many nodes that you want to check it, whether it functions well with respect to all those particular things, or as some particular manual control is needed for running all those particular devices. All these things will be just agonizing at that particular point of time. That's what your stress testing is all about. This should be done during your system testing. And estim the next part is, yeah, we'll just move on to the next particular point, that is nothing but your usability testing. Okay, so instead of usability testing, we can also say that it is an acceptable testing. So with respect to your acceptance testing, we have three categories. We have just seen it at the beginning of this particular topic, right? System testing, acceptance testing, then it comes with respect to your regression testing. So system testing is over. Now we'll move on to the acceptance testing. With respect to your acceptance testing, there are several estimating dependability that we need to estimate it. What are all the dependable factors are there, because we need to accept it, right? So with respect to your acceptance means you are using that particular product. With respect to usability only, we can just go with it. So we'll just come to know what is usability and all those things. Don't worry much about it. So for your acceptance testing, the best thing is dependability. So measuring quality, not searching for faults. We're not searching for faults and anyway anymore with respect to your acceptance testing. What we are doing is we are just measuring the quality, how fast it is, the adaptability will be there, and how fast, what are all the dependable properties that you will be having it. Depending on those particular properties, how best the product can be, or how reliable the product can be, how usable the product can be. That is what we'll be testing it here. So fundamentally, different goal than the systematic testing. Whatever the systematic testing that we are having, system testing or integration testing, or with respect to your unit testing, what we are doing there is we are identifying the faults, we are isolating the faults, and then we are moving further, right? So, but with respect to your acceptance testing, it is not the same case. What we are doing is we are just measuring the quality of that particular product. So a product has been developed. Yes, you have so many errors, you are isolated, everything is okay. But what about the different environments? What about the usability of that particular product? Whether all the particular persons are using that particular product, or only few people are using it. There are so many online applications available. That is, Google Meet is there, and Zoom is there with respect to the online classes or online meetings if you want to go with it, online conferences if you want to arrange it, followed by Zoho is there. So many applications we have. So with respect to so many applications, we will be finding out which is the best one. Somewhere based on your feedback, that plays a vital role. That is a very important thing that you need to just have it. That is a major principle for getting the quality product. Okay, so that is also a major principle with respect to your quality product. Yes, right. Yeah. So that is a very important thing. So based on that, we are checking it, not we are identifying the faults. Faults has been already identified, it has been segregated, everything is done. Now you need to accept it. If you want to accept, or if you want to say that yes, acceptance testing is happened, means how much usability is happening with respect to that particular test, that particular product that you have designed it. Based on that, we'll be measuring the qualities. And quantitative dependability goals are statistical. What they are saying is quality is okay, quantitative dependability. Quantitative means how much is correct, how much it is used, whether you're using the entire particular product or a small amount of the product you are using it. That becomes your quantitative. So with respect to your quantitative dependability goals, it is a statistical one. Statistical means you cannot imagine, you cannot judge this is the real particular part. Statistical always says that it will be just giving you an idea. If you run this particular product, or if you use this particular product, this may be the thing that you will be getting it. So how much reliable is based on your statistical analysis based on your operational profiles, how it is reliable, how much that I have using the one particular product of one particular part of your entire system. Say for example, you may have designed an office automation software. Office automation software, instead of it college automation software, I'll just give it. In that college automation software, many things comes into picture. From your admission part till you go out of the particular college, all your documents need to be maintained in a proper manner. So if you are using only admission module may be functioning well, but rest of it, we don't know. The availability comes into picture. There may be chances that always you may be using only one module from one particular complete package of the product that you have purchased with. So it comes, your quantitative is only with respect to one module. Suppose 10 modules are there, out of it one module if you are using, then it's a waste of money that you are giving it for that particular software purchase, right? So when you're purchasing it, you need to have how many modules are there in that modules, how many you are using it. With respect to that, whether it is compatible enough with respect to your organization or not, you need to just check out. All these are nothing but your quantitative dependability goals. So these are all statistical one. That means it gives you a one of the particular value. These many users have already used it, they have been satisfied with respect to only these particular type of modules, not all 10 modules, Out of 10 modules, 5 modules are used by one particular organization. Another 5 modules may be used by separate organization. If you want whole 10, you'll not get it, because you'll not get a review of whole 10 modules that you have designed. Only for the bunches of the modules whichever has been used, for that you'll be getting it. That is the quantitative dependability one. That is the statistical one. So nobody assures you the complete product is a good one. They will be just giving you a bits of pieces. If you want, you can just go with it. Otherwise, you can just leave that particular product. That's all up to you. So that's what happens with respect to your acceptance testing. So requires valid statistical samples from operational profile. That's what I said. Operational profile, in the sense, it is nothing but how much I'm using that particular product. Based on that, I'll be giving one particular strategy or the model. So with respect to that particular model, I'll get one particular value. So with respect to that, I'll say that this product is good or this product can be used. For that, we require to need to have a valid statistical samples for that particular model that we are testing for. Yeah. The next one is statistical sampling. What is a statistical sampling? Sampling is nothing but picking the values, picking the important products or modules, whichever is needed, not as a whole. As a whole, if I purchase also, I'll not use all the particular details or all the things that I require it. Say, for example, simple thing. I'm running a college where the hostel facility is not available. I won't be interested in buying a one module which is already present in the entire particular product, college automation software, where the hostel management will be taken care. No messes available, no hostel rooms are available in my college, whichever I'm just running with. So it's a waste of thing for me. I won't be buying that particular software itself. So that's what it is saying. So I'll pick. So I'll just pick in a random fashion what is that particular thing, how good it is. Based on that, I'll just try to analyze it. So we need a proper or a valid model for sampling or getting the sample of that particular thing. What happens? Sometimes from our older versions of the system, that is your manual system, from that we'll just try to pick it. Okay, this may be the thing that I may be requiring it. So I'll just pick this particular module. Okay, sometimes with respect to your operational environment for your embedded controlling or any other particular hardware devices, if you are just taking it at that particular point of time, how it behaves. Suppose if you are providing an attendance system, which is an automated attendance system, making a thumb impression or taking the thumb impression or the face recognition, you may use it, or in a whole class nobody is interested in putting the attendance. Instead of it, one camera will be fixed in each of the classes. Each and every particular within a span of time, the images will be captured, and then it will be combined based on the combination. Previously your images will be already captured in that particular system whichever is used. So it will be compared, and based on that your attendance will be marked. That's also one of the important thing. So that requires how these particular systems need to be communicated with, how the camera need to be communicated with respect to your system that you are handling it for checking or marking the attendance. That is very, very important to have it. It may be having a wired communication or wireless communication or anything it can be, how best it will be providing. So that is a very important thing to know. That is a model that we need to just have it. Next one is sensitivity testing reveals which parameters are most important. See, based on your attendance, 85% if it is that, you are supposed to or eligible to take the examination. That is the rule that has been given by the university, VTU University. So your attendance is a must ensure. If you don't have that system itself, and if you are running out of that particular system, then how can you just say that yes, everything is working fine? You have designed a better automation software. So major part with respect to your college automation software, attendance plays a vital role. Whether it's a staff, whether it is a student, it plays a vital role. So you need to check. You need to just take those particular parameters. You need to check for those particular parameters, the awarding of the marks, and whether it is transferable to each student as well as the parent mentoring system. That is very, very important. That's the sensitivity testing is all about. Those things will just test it properly. The rest of it, how that particular marks has been awarded, and with respect to that, how the calculation or the what is the attainment that we are having it. Attainment in the sense how much particular students has been passed in a one particular subject. and what is the result of it, what is the outcome of it, everything. Detailed report will be not that much important at right now, but in the future it may be important, but will not consider that as the first particular priority, will not prioritize it at the beginning. Priority is given for how the attendance system works and how your marks will be taken, how it will be dispatched to your parents, as well as how the mentoring system can be done, and all those particular things are very important. So you need to have that particular thing first. You need to, in the statistical sampling, you need to be very clear, precise enough what is being measured, whether it is a failure rate per session, per hour, or per operation. Say for example, that's what I said, within a small span of time you need to capture each one of the images that is available in the classroom, and those images need to be checked with respect to the database that you are having with respect to each one of the individual person's image that is available. Based on that, it will be marking your attendance. That's what I said, right? So whether all the things are accepted, all the things has been failed. So based on what, you need to be very clear enough on how you'll be picking those particular samples. Understand it? So and many more random samples you need to pick it. So here and there, that's what I'm doing it with respect to your attendance marking of the students. Randomly, I'll be just taking the images. With respect to the images, I'm just capturing it and I'm just checking out each and every time. Rigorously, I'll just do it. So random samples plays a vital role in getting the high reliability measures. Is the statistical testing worthwhile? That is what they are saying here. For a critical system like your medicine or in the medical designing of the systems, that your statistical system plays a vital role, because you may not be having importance for checking the whole system, but you need to check few important parameters over there. With respect to that, if you can pick it and if you can test it, if it works fine, you may say that yes, it's a reliable one. But what happens here is it's a difficult one or an impossible one when you don't have a proper model itself. That is, operational profile is unavailable or just a guess. If you are making a guesswork, then it is highly impossible for using the statistical testing. You cannot go for it. So often for new functionality involving human interaction, that means you need to involve the human interaction always. Whenever human comes into picture, there may be chances of getting the errors. Simple thing. If I just say always, if I say that, or what I can say, wait a minute, I'll just give you an example for this. Yeah, you have designed a college automation software. You say that yes, this is how the flow goes from the particular student when they get into the college. The admission module will be picked, and from the admission module, all the details will be checked with respect to that. So whatever the module, whatever the details that you wanted, only you can check those particular check boxes, and with respect to that, you can take the details and you can just save it in the database. That is available. What is the size of the database? How many students that you can accommodate? Based on you need to charge it, right? So now, with respect to each one of it, each one of the particular, say for example, the details that you pick it. After that, where it need to go, you need to have a human intervention saying that okay, this is your class has been you have been admitted to a particular class. You need to go and set. Once you go and set, if I ask you to put a tick mark once you enter to the system, what happens? Will not be knowing what is going to happen with respect to how the attendance will be monitored or for which particular purpose you are using it. I'm just providing a guesswork saying that you are ticking, that means you are present. That's what I'll be just assuming it. It may be an into mark also, you may tick it. Then what happens? So there will be a failure of that particular system itself. Next one is reliability requirement is very high with respect to your impossible or the operation profile is not available at that particular point of time. With respect to your statistical testing, what happens is reliability requirement is very high. That means you'll be always getting a right product itself. Suppose we don't know which algorithm has been used with respect to taking the attendance, that is with respect to your face recognition system. Suppose if a bench is empty, still if it says some person is present, then there will be a failure, right? So how many number of test cases that I need to have it? How many such particular images that I need to take it? So if you don't know anything about it, if you keep on taking that particular images, even the class is empty also, there will be a different scenario. So reliability, what it will be doing? It will be lost completely. So that's what it will be happening with respect to your statistical testing. So next one is process-based measures. Instead of statistical testing, we'll just move on to the process-based measures. What it will be doing? It is less rigorous than your statistical testing. That means it will not test it oftenly. It will not test it oftenly. Based on the similarity with prior projects, it will say that, okay, if this is the case, this is what the output that I'll be getting it. So you may have applied any number of algorithms that I don't know exactly. For whichever the algorithm that you may have applied with respect to face recognition, this is what the expected output that we'll be having it always. So I won't be worrying about it anymore. If the class is empty, then you need to just measure it with respect to saying that, yes, this is what it is. If the class is not engaged, if the person is available inside it, then also it should not accept any particular testing should be happening over there. The attendance is of no use. Only the class is that at that particular point of time. How it will be analyzed, that is a big question mark with respect to your statistical testing. Understanding it, that is highly impossible. We assume that somebody is there, so based on that, we just having that particular details of it. That means once a faculty comes inside the class at that particular point of time, they need to give a indication that you need to take the attendance. With respect to that, it provides the attendance. That may be the case. So in that particular case, what they will be saying is less rigorous than you can go with the process-based measures. With respect to it, based on the similarity with prior projects, we'll be just analyzing it. Based on various uh, face recognition algorithms that is available. So with respect to that, we'll just compare it, how it performs. Based on that, I'll just not once again, I'll just trust it. So instead of it, I'll leave it to the market and just check out what happens over there. What is the review that I'll be getting it? That is the type of beta testing that we'll be just having it. Real users, real environment, but uncontrolled. That means you don't have any control of it. You'll just use it for testing purpose. Understanding it. There is a alpha testing or beta type of software products available. Beta version, alpha version, and rest of the other particular versions that is available. Beta version is, yes, it is a right product. We have given it to the market, but we are given it to the market for checking purpose, not the real product. We have launched it. We have used it, or we have given, or we have just launched the product for better understanding how it will be taken care if we just leave it to the market in future, how it behaves. Just for that. That is what the beta testing is all about. So uncontrolled environment will just see it. Whereas alpha testing, real users but controlled environment. We'll be coming to know what are all the drawbacks that we are having it. Based on that, we'll just try to recover all those particular things whichever has been not covered with respect to our previous uh, design. We'll just make it that particular thing and we'll just leave it to the market. This is what it happens with respect to your process based one. System testing process. Expected history of bugs found and resolved. So you need to maintain a log details. With respect to that log details, you'll be just coming to know what are all the errors or the faults or the mistakes that we are having it. Based on that, we can just resolve it and we can just leave it to the market. So these are all the versions that we have released. With respect to the version 1, this was the problem that we faced that has been overcome with respect to your version 2. Next version 3, like that it will be just going on. So expectation of your bug reports of the history will provide a better process. Okay. With this, what we'll do is we'll just stop here. The rest of it, that is with respect to your usability, we'll just see it in the next class. Okay. So any doubt is there? We can take those particular questions. Otherwise, just stop here.